Howdy, we're still in chapter 2. For those of you who are wondering at home, why is he sweating so much? Well, because I decided to do this in the middle of summer in my shop and not the winter when I probably should have. So I've got the fans off so you can hear me better because I got tired of hearing it on my videos. So I'm going to stand here and sweat to death, but we're going to cover this. I mentioned briefly before about MREs, MREs and Sea Rations. I think we can agree, something like ramen or canned chicken noodle soup, they're great foods, but they take up a lot of space. MREs are fantastic because this is 1,200 calories, so all you really needed to have for a day for one person. It's in a bag this big, and they last forever. I'm exaggerating, they last years, all right? So we're going to kind of go through one of these for those of you at home that have never seen one. You've probably not seen these. These are Sea Rations, Coast Guard rations. They're designed to be lightweight, last an incredibly long time, and this one is made by a company called Mainstay. You can get them at BJ's Wholesale online for $38, and I'll tell you why that's an important price to know later. So, if you're used to McDonald's, fast food, cooking at home, MREs from a cost standpoint aren't bad. They average between $6 to $7 per meal, and a meal is a bag. So a case of 10, you could expect 65 to 70 bucks plus shipping, unless you're buying it at like a gun show, a knife show, government surplus, whatever. So it's aside. And the thing is, you see this box here. This contains, if I'm not mistaken, this is 12. This is 12 of these. So this entire box is 12 meals, or 1,200 calorie meals, for about, like I said, 12 times 7, let's say $7. But on 6 would be, do the math real quick. So like $100. I mean, that's a big chunk of change. I have a wife and 2 kids. There's 4 of us. This entire box would feed us for 3 days. Not really my favorite option when I have an alternative, although it does taste better than the alternative, I'll grant you that. Alternative is Sea Rations. There are in here, there's 10 3-day rations. This right here is 3 days of food. It's 3 times the nutrients of this. Now, does eating this mean you won't be hungry and you eat 1/3 of this? These first 3 cookies here, that's all you're going to want to have for a day? No, you're still going to be hungry. The thing is, you're going to be healthy. You're going to have all the nutrients that you need to survive whatever the situation might be and keep your health about you. So if you have to walk, if you just have to kind of hang out until the power comes back on, if you have to hike somewhere, you have an alternative that's lightweight. The great thing I like about these, before I forget, I tried this with the first pack I bought. I opened them, and I'll open this pack right here. I opened them up, ate one because I wanted to see if they were nasty or not. Put it in my truck, closed the foil back over, and I munched on that pack for 6 months on purpose because I wanted to see how fast these things go rancid. I never found the answer because I ate the whole pack in 6 months. That's a really long time to let them last. They were still fine. So what is in a Sea Ration? That's a meal. That right there is a 400 calorie meal. And if you want to see it up close, I can't really get too close to the camera here, but it's pretty much like a 1-inch thick by 2-inch square cookie. It tastes kind of like a dry sugar cookie. The flavor's fine. It actually tastes just like a sugar cookie. The flavor's good. A good thing about these, they have a 5-year shelf life. They're probably good, in my experience, 6 months or so after they're opened. They don't provoke thirst. That's a big thing. These are designed for Coast Guard to use. These guys get in the life raft, they're stuck in the water for days and days and days. They probably don't have drinking water. You don't want to give these guys something to survive on that's going to dehydrate them and make them crave water, because then they're going to do something stupid like drink up ocean water. So these are designed not to make the body necessarily crave water. You still need to drink water, yes, but a lot of foods will make you thirsty, which in a survival situation can be bad if you don't have access to a lot of fresh water. These don't. And they're actually kind of good. So, before I forget, I told you, $7 a piece, and a case of 12. A case of 10, it's just 3 times the amount of nutrients. This is a day, this is 3 days. This is 30 days of food for one person for $38, which means basically you're looking at do the math, Tommy, $1 a day, about 40 cents a bar. $7 for 1,200 calories, $1.20 for 1,200 calories. Money-wise, these are better. Space-wise, you can see, case of these, case of those. Remember, 3 times the amount of food is this, and it's already smaller. That's a lot more food storage in a small container. All right, let's eat and talk. Fine. So, by contrast, an MRE. If you've never seen one, I'm bringing you behind the veil here. Behind the veil of secrecy. Okay, so what you have, an MRE. Now, the cool thing about the MRE is everything you need to know is written on the package because the military designed these for troops, and I guess they think troops are stupid. So, this is your oil in bag. Everything you make in your MRE is actually made inside this bag. So, what do we get this time? We got, chili mac. Chili and macaroni. So, it tells you what you do, how to work it. I'm going to go ahead and open this one up, which means I'm going to have to use it. So, take your package. Yep, chili and macaroni. Can't wait. It's actually one of the better flavors. Chili mac. You take this, follow the instructions. You remove from the pouch, tear off the top of this bag, fill the bag with water, while holding the pouch and the heater above the lines, pour the water to the bag so it reaches a certain level. It tells you here where the lines are. You pretty much fold this back over, stick it inside the box, and this cooks your MRE. There's a chemical in here that reacts with water to make heat. So don't think it's rocket science. It's not magic. It's just old-fashioned science. This gets hot, so this doesn't taste like cold crap. Okay? So this one has chili mac in it. We also have pack of crackers, good source of carbs. We also have, in this case, a pack of raisins. So the cool thing about the MREs is a little bit of variety. Not always the same in every one, but a good amount. Beverage base. This gives you raspberry. This is pretty much like those Gatorade packs. You tear them off and pour it in the water. So this just gives you something to flavor it besides plain old water. I don't believe it actually has any nutrient value. Not so much. 50 milligrams of sodium, 5 total calories, 2 grams of carbs. So not a lot. It's just it tastes better. In this case, I got Skittles. Yay! They each have a dessert. It's usually something that'll kind of sort of last. And we got here. Ooh, check me out. Now I've got ground red pepper. I've got 2 Tic Tacs when I'm done. I got spiced cider. Got my little military spoon. I've got cheese spread with jalapenos. I guess that's for my crackers, and I'm really not digging that, so I'm going to give this to the guy beside me. I didn't have some cheese spread with jalapeno. I don't want cheese to be in a package that's designed to last 25 years myself. And cornbread. So that's what goes in this particular pouch. So most often when you're eating MREs, you don't necessarily sit down and eat the entire thing in one sitting. Now, if you're on the go, yes, you do because you have to. But if you were at home in a survival situation, you would stretch this out to last a day. But the things you have to cook, like the main pack, you have to cook once because once this is used up and activated, it's not going to be good anymore. So, MREs versus Sea Rations. Both kind of yummy. Sea Rations take up a lot less space. They last longer once opened, and they will get you a lot further. And if you're on the road, if you have a go bag around, an everyday carry bag, again, 3 days of food in this versus 3 of these things, 3 big bags. I can put this in a pouch in my everyday carry bag. I can stick one in a glove box, center console, keep in the truck. You can stay there for years. It'd be all right just to take up a lot of room. Put one in the trunk, let it bounce around. Who cares? It's easy to store. These are great too. It's just a lot of folks don't know about these, and I wanted to share. So that's my Sea Rations versus MRE video. If you have any questions, I'm going to post this on the blog. You can ask your questions here on YouTube in the comment section. I will try to answer, but I don't get to always see them all here. There's too many of them. So if you go to the blog post that contains this, which is in the link below, I will answer your questions there. If you take time to ask them, I'll take time to answer them. Okay, doke. Thanks and have a great day.